Hello and welcome to today's video. So this time we're going to be doing another 100 classic vintage penguins from that fantastic collection that I got. These are going to be penguins numbers 901 up to 1000. So sit back, relax, and let's get to it. Okay then, so I've got to say I am sort of pleased that we're on the last leg of this this initial batch of 500, and because these were all books that I've already got, and I wanted to give them all a clean before I put them out for sale, really. And it has been good fun to do it, but at the same time I'm sort of keen to do some of the stuff that I haven't got at all, and that's going to be from the next 100 onwards. So from 1001 to 1100 I have only got 50 in my collection at the moment, so theoretically there'll be another up to as many as another 50 that'll be brand new books to my collection, which I'll be keeping, which will be fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to that. The actual process for that is going to be slightly different. So I will do the initial clean and brush, exactly what we're doing right now, getting the books looking as good as possible. And then I'm going to bring down all the books in that first 100 from my main collection, and I'm going to bring them down. I'm going to, in there sort of in the kitchen area, I'm just going to have them to one side. I'm going to have the 100 books all ready to compare to, and I'm going to go through and I'll have the Penguin First Editions website, and I'm going to have that one open by the side of me as well. Now in that first 100 I don't think we're going to have many anomalies, as in numbers that were going to be books that didn't actually end up getting released. But as the numbers go on, we certainly will have that, and there'll be numbers that didn't get used, and there'll be books that only got published in America. If that's the case, I want to make a note of those ones, so potentially I can get them from eBay USA. So, and also some of the books which I've not got, they may be in a shape which I think, well, I'm going to keep them because I haven't got them at all. So I'll definitely keep them as a filler, but I may want to make a note that I'm going to be looking to upgrade them should a better copy come along, you know. So it's going to be a bit more involved than what we've been doing with these, you know. But all of that will be revealed next video. This one is, of course, to get rid of this last batch of books. These are all sort of 1954, I believe, this era. And like so many of Alan's books, the original collector, a lot of them have got the date and place where they were bought. So this one was bought in 1972 in Crewkerne. Now I remember going to a bookshop in Crewkerne in about 1992, and the place was stuffed with penguins. Absolutely, that's virtually all that they sold. I mean, I really couldn't believe it. So, and I went back a few years back, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and the shop had moved, but the person who had it, their daughter had taken it over. So, and they still had a good run of penguins, but not the same as, you know, back in the day when they had shelves and shelves of them. You know, that sadly was long gone. But that's how it goes, you know. But I remember it was another penguin dealer who gave me the heads up that they even existed, and I made a special trip there, and it was quite the revelation. It was quite the revelation. So I'm going to actually give the bottom of that spine some glue as well, since that's where it was taped, and the reason it was taped was because it had come away. So we'll give that. Push that down. Now I don't mind this glue going overboard, because when it goes, when it sets, it sort of goes clear, you see, which is really good. It is proper bookbinder's glue. The only thing I've found is that I've done some glue in, and the spout has got a little bit of glue in it, and what I've had to do is cut the spout down. So when I first got this, it came with quite a really long spout, much longer than that, and but that unfortunately got glue in it, and I've had to cut the spout down, and it's almost down as far as I can get it now. So I'm hoping that if I keep it clean, I'll just be able to keep on top of that now until this pot's gone. But I'm going to remember that in the future, because there was no way to unclog it, as it were. I started publishing Woodhouse quite a bit in this era, and these ones here I really like. Later on, they start putting these little, like, tiny little cartoony illustrations on the front, and those are the ones I really do not like. I don't think they do Woodhouse any favours at all, so I'm not a fan of those ones. But these ones here, I think these are the best way to read Woodhouse. I think they're beautiful editions. The series that started to be published in about 2000 by Random House with Brand New Jackets, they are also a particularly nice run, as are the hardback series. Who publishes them? I think they are also at Random House, one of their offshoots, but they're also beautiful. And I've got about 15 of those. I'd like to get a few more, but they don't seem to be around at good prices. Yeah, I'm waiting for somebody to start selling a collection, and then I'll swoop in, as it were. They're a bit like an Everyman Library edition. I'm sure you know the ones I mean. But those editions of Woodhouse are very, very nice as well. But these Penguin ones, these particular Penguin ones, and these are, I'm sure, 1953 or 54, or maybe even 55, are the best. 53, yeah. Okay. Byron, The Years of Fame. 7p? One pair of feet. Murder Up My Sleeve. Well, not up my sleeve, somewhere in a t-shirt. A bit of a split spine down the bottom. Yeah, he's all right. I've just heard on the roof of the studio. I've just heard we got some magpies. Since we've had our garden done, the magpies seem to be visiting. Don't know why. There's nothing for them to pinch here, but I just heard one on the roof of the ceiling, bombing along there. Maybe they're just keen readers and they want to get in on the action. I don't know. Who can tell? Lovely. Enters the night. Damn it. Cut the corner there. Be alright, but it's because he put the name so close to the edge of the book. Fairly famous one, isn't it? Erskine Cardwell. That's alright. The Case for the Borrowed Brunette. What a shame. That would have been a nice copy without that 8p on there. Still nice though. But... Trio. Got 1 and 6 on the title page. £12.30 from Croydon. Okay. The tape's almost falling off that. Look at that. It is lucky that this tape hasn't been more stubborn. In most cases, it is just dropping off the books, and for that, I count ourselves lucky in more ways than one, in all honesty, because it could have been a lot worse. I don't really remember ever reading much Freeman Willscroft, although I must have read something, you know? I just sort of don't remember reading anything. Case of the Counterfeit Eye. death of a doll. Red threads. Leon C. The Floating Dutchman. Floating, eh? Okay, nothing to do on that one. That's a big thickie. Lucinda Brayford. Just a big, thick book, which is fine. We don't mind big, thick books. Having got round to reading Moby Dick last year. And this is Daughter of Time. This is my favourite Josephine Tay. I enjoyed this one more than the Franchise Affair. Very, very clever book. This one. Oh, don't tell me this glue. Here we are. Yeah, very, very clever. It reminds me a lot of the Alfred Hitchcock movie Rear Window. It's sort of a detective who's stuck in hospital, and he gets, to keep himself busy, he basically asks for loads of information on an old unsolved case of a historical nature, very, very historical, and tries to solve it from his hospital bed. It's really clever. A bit like Rear Window, where the chap's incapacitated, he's got a broken leg, hasn't he? And all he can do is look out the window and watch the world go by. Similar sort of concept in a funny sort of way. Yeah, that really is almost come away. Put another slide of glue in there. It needs the extra treatment, that. Evidently that's been read a few times because, as I say, it's a good book. It's probably had a few reads, which has caused it to get a bit loose. Love in a Cold Climate. Oh dear. This one's got a full spine of tape. But like the rest of them, the tape comes off really, really easily. Just leaves that horrible yellow residue. Not nice, I'm afraid to say. Does very much detract from their value. I'm sad to say. April 6th, 72, Fleetwood. Little mark on the cover there. Not sure what it is. There we are. Good stuff. Right then, the case of the substitute face. This one's a little bit grubby. This is that one. Look at that. It's scribbling all over it. Yeah, definitely the worse for wear, that little fella, but still. It is PG Woodhouse, who I very much like. It's got spine roll. Devil's Cub. There we are. Henry Green. Summer Lightning. Yeah, a bit grubby that one, but it is what it is. My all-time favourite penguin, Day of the Triffids. A little bit out the top there. It's actually a surprisingly difficult one to find in tip-top shape. Once again, I suspect because it's so readable and rereadable. I read it myself many, many times, but I've got a pretty nice one of this. I'd say it was almost fine. It's still not pristine. I haven't got a pristine one, but I've got a very, very nice one. This one is better than some, let's put it that way. I've seen some real dodgy first printings. It's never been out of print since it came into Penguin. It's never not been out of print. So a testament to just how good it is. It's certainly my favourite. I've got 17 different editions of Day of the Triffids at my last count. I haven't picked up one for a long time. So, and even that's not even all the Penguin ones, believe it or not. But I've got, I think, 2 or 3 different American ones, including the paperback first. And I own Triffids in UK hardback first as well, admittedly with a facsimile dust wrapper, but it's still a first printing, which is what matters to me. Right. Death Watch. 5p on the top there. There we are. Every time I go through it, I find something else that needs rubbing out. Okay. Out of Africa. Is that what the movie was based on? I don't know. Okay. The Case of the Lame Canary. Big one, The Old Wives' Tale. £12p. Another fairly big one, Journals of Arnold Bennett. Also 12p. Can you tell me? One of those puzzle and problem titles. The Heyday in the Blood. Sounds more like a crime book than a fiction. Cool, look at that photo. Wow. Maiden Voyage. Is that in pen or pencil? That's pen. Sadly. 7th of October 72, Sutton Coldfield. Crossword book, Time and Tide. Not sure what Time and Tide was. Looks like most of the puzzles have been attempted. Crossword Fever. From time to time, some of the best puzzles appeared in... Yep, okay. This volume, which contains 100 crosswords and solutions from the pages of Time and Tide, is the first of its kind to appear. Still doesn't say what Time and Tide is. Maybe it was a magazine. But it's not one that I've heard of. And I know most of the magazines, historically, know of their existence and what was published. It's not one I've ever heard of. But yeah, so all the puzzles have been attempted in pencil. But it's generally quite a nice copy, that one, compared to most crossword books, which are usually hammered. Here's a moving finger. So like the other Agatha Christie's, sadly these on the whole are pretty rough. They've all been through the old ringer a few times, and it's only a testament to how popular she was, or is still. Very much a rescue job on this one. But, it is Christie, so we don't want to just throw it away just because it's low grade. Someone might be interested in it, so... We're going to need to let that set for a while. Neighbours are pleased, isn't it? A little bit better. Shilling. I think this is the set. Is this the set? This is the second run of 10, and yeah, they've all got a forward by Agatha Christie. So she selected 10 books, and they've all got a brand new forward by Christie. And there's not a lot to them, only a few paragraphs, but it's quite a nice set to put together. Really, I certainly like them. Quinn. Yeah, that's a nice one. Inspector French's Greatest Case. A little 6p tucked away in here. Yeah, full of marks, that one. Another Woodhouse. Good one, this. Quick service. The Material Murder Case. Gilded Fly. Another crossword puzzle book. 100 crossword puzzles from the Scotsman. This one doesn't appear to have been attempted. Just the first one or two, which is the norm on crossword books, to be honest. So. Yeah, quite nice. A bit of a grubby spine, but better than most. It's got the penguin coloured in blue. Someone was evidently bored. How very dare they, we say. Oh, blimey, 2 bits of tape here. lovely. Agatha. Tempe. That was okay for Tempe. Another favourite of mine, Body in the Library. Reasonable condition. No markings at all on that one. And Bullets for the Bridegroom, which is a book I had recently. I gave it away to a friend who was getting married. I always give this to the groom. If I ever go to a wedding, I make it a point of having a copy of this to give to the groom. I haven't actually got one at the moment, so I may end up keeping this one as my next gift to the groom who's about to get married. A mess there. Squish that in. There we are. I think while I clean my hands, that'd be a good place to pause it. All right, last bit before we get brushing, the last wedge. That's another crossword book. That's actually quite bright, isn't it? 5p on the front. This one, me. It sort of feels like it's not had any attempted, but until we look through, we won't know for sure. What about the very first one? Yeah, literally just the very first one. So in that particular case, since there's so little to rub out and it's been done so lightly, we might as well get that one looking as good as possible. Yeah, that's really nice. They don't tend to turn up in that condition very often. A bit of a mottled spine, but once again, it's sort of par for the course with this era. But I am pleased to see that as time has gone on, less books have been taped for starters, because we've definitely got through these quicker than we have been, and generally the books are getting in better condition. And I think they're just around because they were more recent, as time's gone on. They were just existing in better copies. So I'm hoping that, when we start on the 1,000 upwards ones, which are the ones I mainly need, because all of these I've got already, but the 1,000 up ones is going to really, we'll be able to fly through them, and I won't have too many that I'm going to consider too low grade, and I'm just going to want to upgrade down the line. I mean, I know there's going to be books like that, and it's not going to be the end of the world. It's just the more better condition ones that I can just put to bed, the better, really. bit rough, this one. Lovely. Excellent. Brave bulls. So I'm very keen to do the first 100 puffins next. So that's going to be next on the hit list. Once again, I have got the full run of the 100 puffins, but there might be a couple, one or two I might want to upgrade, and hopefully I've got a chap who's interested in some of the early ones, which is good news. Oscar Wilde. Oh, look at that. Okay. Shilling. Tom Brown's body. Where have I art? Another one pretty low grade with the writing on the back. But someone might have it for £1. Death on the Nile. Healing knife. Yeah, it's definitely not taken so long to get through these this time round. I think that's because there is a better proportion of books that are just in better condition. Simple as that. So it's made my job a little bit easier. And I'm hoping that this trend continues. The further on we get, the better condition the books keep getting, you know? That would very much please me. Apologies if I just hit the tripod. Another one looking a little bit the worse for wear, in all honesty. Blood upon the snow. Oh, another crossword book. From the Daily Telegraph. It was alright. Yeah. No marks at all on that one. Unusually. Comes the Blind Fury. Yellow Room. Oh, quite a bit of writing there in the back. Greeks and Trojans. Blimey, another one. Spectator. Crossword puzzle book. A few more puzzles attempted in that one. So we won't bother rubbing them all out. But that's okay. Okay, and the last one is this, the Night Walkers. A few loose pages there. Yeah, get some glue down there. Might help that one stay together a little bit better. Right, so that's all the books, the final 100 cleaned. Just going to give them a good brush down now. Right, last part then. While we give them the brush off. Right, last stack coming up. So, as I said earlier on, and I guess I've not been so talkative this video. I think it's just been heads down and get the work done, but hope you found it equally as fascinating as you usually do. But next time, as I said, we're going to be doing the first 100 Puffin storybooks. I'm really looking forward to doing those. I've got a chap who's looking for a few of those himself, so I'd like to get those cleaned up as nicely as possible. So some quite early 1940s books to do next time round, which would be a bit of a change, wouldn't it? But I'm still intending to do a bagging video of the next Pan videos, next Pan books rather, and I will slip that into the lineup as we go along. If you've enjoyed today's video, do please once again give it that thumbs up. Do please hit the subscribe button if you've not already for regular paperback coverage. I still have many thousands of books to clean up. So we're going to be taking some time. And I shall be back next week with another video. Bye.